So today, something happened at the facility, at the hospital where I work. It's not church or chow. This is a real life story. A real life story. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. So this beautiful, very beautiful girl came into the facility to be tested. Actually, it was supposed to be a confirmatory test of HIV. She already did it somewhere. Yeah, she had a test somewhere. She wanted to confirm if it is true of what they told her there. So when she came in, we did tests on her, and it was confirmed, unfortunately, that she is positive. So she started crying. She cried so much that I got so concerned, and I'm like, what happened? It's not a death sentence. She said, I will not understand. I said, what happened? She said, I will not understand. I said, what happened? She then said, it was her first time. Oh, this is her first time. The first time she did anything sexual with any man ever. She has been this reserved girl, very reserved, and she doesn't really associate with guys a lot. So this person is a long time crush from years back, that traveled I don't know where, and then came back and then called her that they should try to reunite and get to catch up on some things that that happened before and all of that. She got excited. I mean, she had crushed on this person for a long time, and boom, this person comes back and presenting himself for and she was so excited. She didn't think about anything else. No, something led to each other, and they did it, and this was her first time. Yes, she was the flowered. This guy deflowered her. This guy disvirgined her. They had fun. They were okay. She was okay. Immediately the whole thing, the first time, that once, she was happy. The next day she ran and then picked Postin or two, or I don't know, post one of these post pills, and then she took it to prevent pregnancy. That was the only thing that came to her mind, to prevent pregnancy. And then few weeks later, I think 2 months, according to her, 2 months, the guy has always called her and asked, have you run tests? Have you run tests? Have you run tests? She'll be like, what kind of test? If it's about pregnancy, don't worry. The guy even has the audacity, the guts to even call and say, go and do tests. The guy will be like, what kind of test? What kind of test? If it's pregnancy, don't worry. I've taken care of that one. Don't worry about it. The guy will be like, no, girl, I know I'm going to run tests. After they finish that conversation, the guy will be like, okay. The girl was like, what kind of test? The next time the guy will call her again, he'll be like, have you run the test? What kind of test, brother? What kind of test, Oga? The guy will just, try to, go around the bush, beat around the bush and all of that. The girl did not grab what was going on. And she hadn't felt anything. I mean, she felt, okay, she has taken post pill to prevent pregnancy. But it's not all to that. It's not just that. So the guy kept on asking. Then one day the guy was like, go and do HIV test. Bros, HIV test from where? How? The girl was like, okay. She went to a close by pharmacy and got the HIV kit there and ran the test. It was positive. She ran. That's why she ran to to my facility to confirm. And unfortunately, she was confirmed positive. First time. Her first enjoyment, her first sexual enjoyment. She was crying. This girl is a first class. She just graduated. And she has been, it's not about the first class. It's about the way she has preserved herself. She just, got carried away. And yes, I know it's not a death sentence, but this girl has to, that stigma. She feels like, how? Which is why I decided to bring this up. Please, young girls, please, young boys, young guys, please, old people, anybody, everybody, hear me. HIV is real. HIV is real. And I've been working under an NGO in charge of those living with HIV and AIDS. And we've been having new cases every day, every week. Last week, I got 2 newly identified persons that are on drugs now. This virus is real. Anyways, that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to, after this incident, I decided to enlighten us that there are drugs. Aside from the way you take post pill to prevent pregnancy, there's a drug we call PEP. There's one we call PrEP, and the one we call PEP. The PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. Is what you take before, if you feel like you're exposed, if you feel like you might be exposed to HIV. Maybe you are, maybe you have a partner, a spouse or a partner that is positive. We give it to the negative. There's some spouses that two of them, one of them is positive, the other one is negative. So we give it to the one that is negative to help build, help the person's immunity, not to contract it from the other one that is positive. Or if you feel like we that are always exposed, we most time, not all the time, we take the prep to prevent, to help our protect ourselves. Then if you feel like you're exposed, maybe those that do wrongs, maybe sorry to use the word prostitutes, some of them will give them prep or pep, but mostly give them prep to protect themselves even when they do their business. So sorry to say that, I just wanted to give an example. So this prep, what it does is to prevent your body, your immune system, your body from replicating, even when the virus is there, from replicating the HIV. So in this kind of case now, as the girl took post pill to prevent pregnancy, there's another drug we call PEP, post exposure prophylaxis. This PEP is taken within 72 hours after sexual activity or after exposure. Okay, let's say somebody got raped. In a case where a girl got raped, most families will run and go to hospital and get post pill, or they give injection to prevent pregnancy and all that, but they forget that there's something called HIV. If a person is raped, maybe in your front or not in your front, maybe you heard somebody is raped, one of the things you need to ask is, within 72 hours, was the person given PEP? This PEP, post-exposure prophylaxis, it contains TLD, tenofovir, lamivudine, dolutegravir. Is a three combination or component of drugs, strong drugs in one, that we give. The person has to take it for 28 days after that exposure. So if a girl is raped, please administer PEP. Go to any facility, tell them you want to collect PEP. They know it. If anybody is raped, or maybe there's any kind of fight and there's maybe a knife or any sharp object was used, maybe there was a case we had a landlord and the tenant fought and they used knife, the man rushed to the hospital and took PEP. We need to be enlightened on all these things. If you take those prep, let's say this girl, the way she took post pill for the pregnancy, she took just one tablet for 28 days and she took it, there's no case of HIV. PrEP and PEP prevents you from contracting this virus, which is a very tricky virus. You might even have it for 10 years, you will not know, as long as you don't do tests. It's a very tricky virus. I don't know how I'm feeling, but I just want everybody, the public, to understand that it's no longer the way it was before. Go to any facility. If you know you are exposed, get PEP, get PrEP, whichever one. If it's the PEP, drink it 72 hours before 24 days. 24 hours is okay, 1 hour is okay, but make sure you take it before 72 hours of exposure. You can never have HIV. You can never have it, and you take it for 28 days. You can never have HIV. I am here to this girl now. Yes, it's not a death sentence, but she has to take this drug. She's still on denial. She's still trying to understand why this. I know some people, when they have this virus, they'll go on mission. They'll go on a mission. They want to spread it. Maybe due to anger, we had to sit her down, and she was like, I've preserved myself for 22 years. A virgin of 22 years. Finally, the first time she tried it, she contracted this very deadly virus. She was even saying, I'm going to give it to everybody. That is how most of them are, on a mission. That is why we always counsel. Please don't go on a mission. There is a drug for you. Please, before you do anything with anybody, try to ascertain the status of that person. And if you're unable to ascertain it, protect yourself. There are drugs you can take to protect yourself, like I've mentioned. I will still make a video on this PrEP and PEP to enlighten it more. Okay? If you found this video useful and you find it helpful, please share, subscribe, and I'll be here to give you and also click on the notification button there to notify you whenever I bring a very educational video like this. I have a lot of them myself to talk about. Okay, thank you, and I love you.